Okay, so I want to welcome all of you to this evening's meeting. Wherever you are, we welcome you to this presentation. There we are. All right. My name is Pascal, as I've said earlier. I'm trained as a civil engineer. Betty and I live in South Africa. We've been in South Africa for the last 32 years. And the reason we start 31 years. The reason we started the business is very simple. We wanted to make an extra $200 a month because that would supplement my salary. And the mission of our company is called Neolife International, is a nutrition company. The mission is very simple. We want to make the world a healthier and a happier place. Where does that start? That starts with you, because if you're not healthy, you could have a lot of money, but you're not healthy, you don't enjoy life. At the same time, if you're very healthy, but you don't have enough money and time to enjoy your life, it's also a big challenge. And the other reason is the world is going through a very challenging time, both in terms of people's personal health, but also the financial challenge that people have. So this business gives you a platform or a vehicle to help you overcome those two challenges, health challenge and the financial challenge. So our story is very simple. Our story is about a young couple who left Kenya, moved to South Africa, looking for a better life. We came to South Africa in 1995, just after independence. And I got a job with a civil engineering consulting firm. And I remember that when we started, my first salary, my payslip came the first time, and I saw that 33% of my income went to tax. And I got quite apprehensive, because it looks like we are paying more taxes here than I was paying in Kenya. But we had dreams for the future. We wanted better lives for ourselves and for our children. So I decided to do what every young person does. I decided to go and study further. I registered to do a postgraduate course at University of Witwatersrand in Johannesburg, because that was the only path I knew for becoming successful. I finished the postgraduate course, and to my dismay, there was no single increase in my salary as an engineer, and that really frustrated me. The other challenge we had is that one of our children has got an illness called sickle cell anemia, and that requires full parental care. So Betty decided to be a full-time mother, but that means that only one person only the income from the job I had was supporting the whole family. That's when he decided to start looking further. I remember Betty had looked for a job in most of the English-speaking schools in Pretoria, because at that time, most schools were either English or Afrikaans speaking, but it required a teacher to know Afrikaans, which was a challenge for Betty. So I remember that she had put her CV in all the English-speaking schools in Pretoria, and she said, I've looked for a job long enough, let the job come and find me at home. And after she made that comment, 2 weeks later, a friend of ours called Betty and said, Betty, I know you have a sick child, but I've got a business proposition that you can build in your home without leaving. It is something I would like you to look at. I'm sure you'd like it. And Betty said, look, I've never done any business before. She said, no, just come and have a look. Betty went for the meeting, and the speaker that night was Hansi Cronje, a very dear friend of ours in Cape Town. And what attracted Betty is that Hansi Cronje and his family were in the similar situation like ourselves. They have a chronically ill child. That is what attracted Betty. When she came back, I asked her, how do you do this business? She didn't know the details of the numbers, but she said, look, go and have a listen to the presentation, then you come and tell me. So the next week I went. After I saw the numbers, you didn't need anything any further to convincing. I said to myself, even if 5% of what was said in that meeting is true, this business is worth doing. And we made a decision. After 2 days, we joined the business, and they say the rest is history. God has blessed our business. It's grown to 14 different countries at the moment. So let's see what this business is about. There are 4 ways that people use to generate income. Number one is a job. A job is when you work for somebody, after 30 days, they pay you a salary. A job is good because it gives you opportunity to feed your family, the opportunity to bring money, to put food on the table, roof over your head, and clothes in your back. But there's also a drawback to a job. One, there's a lot of downsizing. There's a lot of restructuring. In fact, I was reading an article by 2040, 50% of the jobs that are around will be non-existent because of 2 things: artificial intelligence and the improvement in technology. Business owners, jobs, companies have found very efficient ways to manufacture goods and services and cutting out people who do those same things. The second way that people use to generate income is self-employment. This is when you borrow some money, you get a loan, you mortgage your house, or you get your life savings. You start a business to provide a product or a service to the public. Self-employment is good because you determine how hard you work. The drawback is that self-employment depends on your physical presence. It means that if you fall sick, you want to take leave, or something happens to you, your business stops. But if you want to go for leave, you're ill, you want to attend to family issues, 2 things are necessary for your business to continue. Number one, you need somebody who understands what you do. Number two, somebody you can actually trust to keep doing your business. And that's a challenge. In fact, the true test whether you own a business or not is this: go away from it for 60 days. If the business collapses, you don't own the business owns you, because if you're not there physically, the business doesn't grow. The third way that people use to generate income is big business. These are companies who invest a lot of money. They invest infrastructure, capital, they employ a lot of people. An example is ShopRite, Checkers, Vodacom, Safaricom PLC in East Africa, Naivas Supermarket. I remember reading an article 3 or 4 years ago that ShopRite had about 1,900 outlets, stores around the African continent, employing about 147,000 people. That is not available to the ordinary person in the streets like you and me. So having a big business is actually an option for very, very few people. The fourth way that people use to generate income is investment. This is when you get extra money, which is over and above what you need, to invest in a vehicle or an instrument that gives you a return on your investment. And unfortunately, for most people, they just want a return of the investment, not a return on the investment. 2 things are necessary. You need knowledge and the skill of investment. So what most people do, they get somebody who is skilled in investing and they pay them a fee and they invest on their behalf. There are other ways that people use to make money. For example, if you're a professional athlete, if you're a singer, a writer. In fact, over this weekend or yesterday, I was quite excited about the first person to ever run the full marathon in under 2 hours in an official race, was from Kenya. I was very, very excited about that. But that is very, very, very rare. Not everybody has got that talent and discipline to do that. So the question is there an ideal business? Is there a criteria you can use to say this is an ideal business for building wealth? I think it needs to have the following 7 elements. Number one, low capital to start. Most of the things that prevent people from starting a business, if you ask somebody, oh, have you thought about starting your business? Most people say, because I don't have capital. In our business, you need a very minimal amount. In fact, you need between $60 and $80 to start a global business. Number two, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why? Because this is what people need. If you learn how to provide goods and services to the public, you're going to be very wealthy. Providing goods and services to the public is what actually business is about. And distribution of goods and services, I read an article on economics that if in the 60s and early 70s, if you take any standard product, 50% of the cost of that product was manufacturing cost, 50% would be distribution costs. In the 19th and 2000s, because of advancing technology, 20% of the cost of an average product would be the cost of manufacturing. 80% would be the distribution of goods, the cost of distribution. What does that tell you? That there is an incredible opportunity in creating wealth when you're involved in distribution. And that's what we do. The third element is you need to have a global reach for a very simple reason. The more people you serve, the wealthier you become. Our company operates in over 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we're in 14 countries. And in Africa, those 14 countries amount to a population base of about 450 million people. So we've got an incredible opportunity to provide products to all these people. The fourth element is leverage. Leverage is a key to wealth. Leverage is a secret of wealthy people. What is leverage? Leverage is when you find a way to multiply your time and the effort you put into your business. The banks know this, that's why they open branches. Retail stores knows this, that's why they open different stores. Restaurant franchises do this because that's what they know the principle of leverage. Think about this. If you and I work 2 hours a day, just 2 hours a day to provide a product to the public, we are paid on those 2 hours. But supposing we get 10 people to cooperate with us and do the same, you're now having 11 people working 2 hours a day. That is 22 hours. If those 10 people get other 10 people each, now you have over 111 people. If they're working 2 hours a day, that's 220 hours of work per day. That is really what the principle of leverage is. The fifth element is you need consumable, high-quality product. Why? Because consumable products have a repeat sale. If they're unique and high quality, you are guaranteeing yourself a repeat sale because people buy and use, and when they've used, they go and buy some more. You and I will use soap every single day. At the end of the month, you go and buy some more. In fact, you will use soap every day in fact, after you're dead, they'll still use soap to clean your body. So soap is a very good business. It's not very romantic, but it provides a foundation for a good business. That's why our company deals in consumable, high-quality products. The sixth element is you need a business system. What is that? A business system is a series of tools, procedures, and equipment that allows you to run your business even in your absence. If you go to any Absa Bank branch, you will find that a branch in Cape Town and a branch in Pretoria and in Johannesburg has got the similar layout. They've got similar systems. If you go to the Absa in Nairobi in Kenya or in Ghana or in Nigeria, Absa is very similar. So what do the owners of the bank do? They develop the system. They employ people to run those systems on their behalf. That's really what a system is. A system is a series of tools, procedures, and equipment that you train the people you work with to use so that in your absence, your business grows with or without you. And then the last one is timing. Why is timing so critical? During the COVID, I think 2020, 2021, the world suddenly became aware of the need for very good nutrition because a lot of the illnesses that people have is the result of very poor nutrition. And because of that, people are aware that they need very good nutrition to be healthy. I see somebody is very excited about my screen. They are scribbling. Just give me a moment. Okay. So timing is very important because if you start your business too early in the growth curve, it doesn't take root. If you start it too late, it is now behind the growth curve. I think our business now, the timing is perfect because people are looking for extra income. People are looking for good health. People are not depending on job anymore because they realize having a job is very risky. So what is this business I'm talking about? What is network marketing? Network marketing is the most efficient system of distribution of goods and services. For example, when our company launches a product, let me say our company launched a product today, the 27th of April at midday. By 2 o'clock, over 3 or 4 million people know about that product and in great detail. Okay? That's the power of distribution using word of mouth. So what our company does is, if you go to any standard product, I remember doing a presentation in Zambia about 15 or 16 years ago. A lady in the presentation, or one of the guests, was working for a beverage company, and she was telling us that this item from the factory costs 600 kwacha. By the time it arrives in the supermarket, it is 3,600 kwacha. Why is that different? Because of something called middlemen, people who keep adding to the cost of the product without adding value to the product. Advertising, wholesalers, retailers, regional distributors, pilferage, all those people add to the cost of the product without adding any value. So what we do in our business is we cut out the middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer. So we take the product straight from the manufacturer, Neolife, to a consumer, and in between stands a distributor. So all that money that was available to be paid to these people, to all these middlemen, is what is available to pay distributors like ourselves. No advertising in this business. We cut out the middleman, no wholesalers or retailers. Products are explained to the customers in person, so they have a very good information before they make a buying decision. We are paid for referring customers to the products. The products are researched and developed for you. Think about this. If you want to start any product and bring it to the marketplace, you design the product, get the raw materials, manufacture the products, do advertising, register the products, have quality control, put the products in different markets around the world. That has already been done for you, because you are partnering with a global company that operates in over 50 countries around the world. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because you're partnering with a global company called Neolife. Neolife has already built infrastructure to help you grow your business. There are no qualifications required in this business except 3 things. And everybody who is serious about life has these 3 things. The first is desire. That comes from your heart, from your mind, to have the desire of the things you don't have that you want. 2, teachability. That is the willingness to learn about business, about the products, about who you are, about how to build an organization and support it. Number 3, hard work. Nothing can replace hard work. If you have these 3 things going for you, you're going to be very successful. Let's look at the background of Neolife. Neolife was started by Jerry Blasfield, and Jerry Brasfield started this company because he had very, very serious asthma. And because of asthma, he became very ill, and in fact, he almost died at one point. But his mother gave him natural remedies and he recovered. And then he thought, I think a lot of people suffer from illnesses because of very poor nutrition. That's how the dream of Neolife started. But what has kept Neolife going for all these years? What has kept Neolife going is because we believe in some fundamental principles that undergird the long-term success of our business. Number 1, absolute honesty and integrity. We believe we need to tell the truth about our products, about our business, and to treat people rightly the way we would like to be treated. The golden rule: do to others what you'd like to be done unto you. Integrity is simply doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Number 2, people are number 1. The most important resource we have in our business is people. Why is that important? Because it's people who use products. Number 3, products that work. Neolife has put together a group of scientists whose job is just to make sure we've got the best nutritional supplements around the globe. The scientific advisory board was founded by Dr. Arthur Fast, who passed on in 2005. Dr. Arthur Fast was a toxicologist. He's one of the doctors who invented the treatment of cancer using chemotherapy. but he knew the damage that chemo has on the human body. So he designed a new product in Neolife called BetaGuard that helps to escort chemicals safely out of the body. Number 4 is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody starts this business at the same level. Whether you're a man or a woman, old or young, 18 or 81, anybody who is serious about their future can become successful. Number 5 is long-range vision. Long-range vision simply means initially you need to give this business a 2 to 5 year horizon. If you follow the guidance of your sponsor or the person who invited you to this business, follow their guidance. 2 to 5 years you'll be financially independent. After that, make another commitment to build your business now for legacy. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, came to South Africa in 1971. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, 1996-97, West Africa, 99 onwards. If you're a guest, this business has come to your home state today, into your home today. Now, why do people start this business? People start this business for different reasons. But you notice that this business has been in the African continent for quite a while. The green countries shown here are the countries where Neolife operates. West Africa, starting from Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Nigeria, Cameroon. Then Southern Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, Botswana, Mozambique. Then you have the East African countries. This is the areas where Neolife does business. As you can see, there's still a great big potential for Neolife to supply the product to other African countries. Why do people start this business? Betty and I started because we wanted an extra $20 a month. I mean, $200 a month. I don't know what your reasons are. Maybe to have a good life for your children, build a dream home, have a dream car. Maybe you're sick and tired of your job. You're harassed by your employer, or you don't feel safe because of technology advancing. Maybe you want to travel, you've got dreams. Most people start the business because they want to make extra money. You see, money has got 3 uses. 1 is a means of exchanging goods and services. 2 is a means of storing wealth. And number 3 is a means for measuring wealth. Money is not wealth. You measure wealth using money, because I think that is what is most reliable, but it's different from wealth. So I don't know what your dream is. Maybe it's to become healthier. But let's see. You start with Neolife, you register as a distributor, you're partnering with a company that is, this year we are 68 years old, operating in over 50 countries, supported by the Scientific Advisory Board, and you operate in all these countries around the world. We've got 4 ranges of products. Which are these products? Number 1 is a golden home care range. These are cleaning products to clean your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilet, your tiles, anything in your home that requires cleaning, we've got for you. Number 2 is a nutrient of the skincare range of products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third one is a nutrients. Nutrients specifically is for nourishing the skin, keeping the skin clean, healthy, and invigorated. To have the right moisture balance, to detoxify the skin. Our products are designed for normal to dry skin or combination to oily skin. Then you have the health supplement. The health supplement is the highest selling range of our business for a very simple reason. Your health is your greatest wealth, because when your health is finished, your mission in life is finished. Supergrow, the Wonder Drop. This is a product that across the African continent is really making farmers happy. Why? Because it helps farmers increase their yield. It's very versatile, economical, because 1 liter of Super 10, you mix with 1,000 liters of water before you use. It is safe and easy to handle. Multi-purpose, it means you can use it outdoors and indoors, and it's got proven performance. It does 4 things. The emulsifier, it means breaks down oils. Sometimes plants cover their leaves with a film of oil so that they prevent evaporation, but also that prevents from the plants from absorbing fertilizer and all that efficiently. So Supergrow helps to break that down. Adjuvant, it helps to spread, or it helps plants to absorb the farm inputs. It's a spreader sticker. It means it helps the inputs to stick on plants effectively, and it's a wetting agent. Breaks down the surface tension of water so that the soil absorbs the water efficiently. Let's look at how the business works. How does this business work? This business works when you do three things every day. It's called 3 daily success habits. Number one, using the products. The reason you need to use the products is very simple. All of us buy soap at the end of the month. So instead of making others richer, buy it from your own business because you are an independent distributor. Two, the people you're going to speak to want to know that you also believe and use what you recommend. Now, because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the world, we use the point value system to measure business. 100 PV or point value is roughly 150, 160 US dollars in value. The second thing we do is we share the business opportunity with other people. It simply means we introduce other people to be promoters like ourselves. If you get 6 people to join you and promote and use the product like this, you've generated 700 PV, you become a manager, your income is roughly $45 a month. The next thing you do is you begin to teach the people you brought in to do the same. In this example, the person in the top right corner does 700 PV. You also do 700 with the other 6 people. The 5 people, you've done 600. The total is 1,300 PV. You become a senior manager, and your income is about $90 a month. Next, you begin to duplicate the process. Simply means you teach all these people to do what you do. If all these 6 people do 700 PV, you'll have done 700 times 6, which is 4,002 plus your own 4,300. You become a director in the business. Your income is between $580 and $700 a month. Not everybody is going to be excited about this idea. Some people just want to use high quality products. These people become your customers and you make a profit from them of 20%. Because these people are not registered, they cannot buy from the company, they buy through you. The third thing you do every day is personal development. It simply means you take time to learn how to be a business builder, how to learn how to what the products do, learn how to explain the business concept, learn how to build an organization that uses and promotes the product. And how do you do that? We have a support system that helps you to do that. You have training, support, personal development material, attending seminars, attending conferences, training events. If you want to earn more in this business, just help one more person build a director volume. If you do that, you become what you call a sapphire director. Your income is about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people reach director level, your income goes to about $2,000. If you help 6 directors, your income goes to about $5,000 plus. So at this juncture, I want to invite our guest, Hamimu, if you can hear. Oh, there he is. Just a moment. Let me make you a host. So Hamimu, if you can hear me, just unmute yourself. I'm really excited. I've been eager to hear your story. I think I've heard your story before, but I wasn't very sure.
Okay,
Hello, Pascal.
Hi, how are you?
Very fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I'm excited, Pascal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me invitation to speak to my friends tonight. I remember when we met in Cape Town last year. I've been hearing you, but I got an opportunity to see you with Betty. I was really happy. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mwebaze. I'm a high school teacher. I went to Makara University. I did a degree in mathematics and economics. So I looked for a job. I started teaching, but salary wasn't enough. Salary wasn't satisfactory. I was struggling financially. Life was not good. Things I couldn't make ends meet. Do you know you get your salary today? Within the first 1 week, it is done. So life was not easy. But as you know, teachers, we are very good. We make ourselves, um, we make ourselves so busy. I could make myself busy from morning to evening. I could go to school from Monday to Friday, but life wasn't easy. Even when I got a very good degree from Makere University. One day my friend invited me, said, Amim, there is something I can share with you that can transform your life. And he said, at Serena, there is a meeting. Come, we go together. And for me, when he told me that, I didn't even give any excuse. I went to the meeting and I saw young people were excited. They were happy. They were talking about travel. And for me, I asked myself, that what can I do to be part of these people? What can I do? My prayer was, how can this meeting get finished? I go and make decision. And I remember I went back home. I sat in my room and I said, what can I do? I didn't have the money. I was working, but I couldn't even raise capital. So, but remember, in my room, I had a bed that was there. When I was joining university, there is a bed I bought. My dad bought it for me. I said, let me sell and I raise capital. And I went, I talked to a landlady. I said, I'm selling my bed. I need money. And she promised me about 2 months. She said, when the semester begins, you'll come and pick your money. But I kept on coming for training. And what was funny, I said, I'm not going to leave Kampala because if I go home, this day might see my bed, might go away with my bed. The people are reporting at campus, and when she gave me my money, I registered. And that very night, I didn't sleep because I saw my life was changing. That night, when I got my kit, I said, this is a dream come true. I got a kit. I started opening magazines. I read stories of people. I said, if these people have made it, I'm going to make it. And I set myself a goal. I said, if I can become a director, if I can become a director, because they were talking about director, recognizing director, and I said, if I can become a director in this company, my life would totally change. Because remember, as a teacher, my salary was just $68. Imagine a university earning $68. The money wasn't enough. But then I set my goal. I said, if I can earn close to about $700, my life would totally change. And that is the goal I came. The mentality I came, I wanted to become a director because I've seen so many people being recognized as directors. And let me tell you, I embarked on my journey. I started coming for training. I started using some products because, my salary wasn't enough, so I could buy one product. I could even go to some people who had products. I told them, give me some tablets so that I can get experience. Give me some LDC, give me some little. But at the end of the day, I experienced how products worked. And I started sharing whatever I was experiencing. Within just 6 months, I became a director. Because I remember, yes, I jumped a manager, I became a senior manager. Then I went to director, and I remember I got a commission of around 400 US dollars. That excited me because someone was earning $68 and now you are earning 400 US dollars. It was extremely exciting. I don't know. I went in my house there. I bought a mattress. I bought a mattress, a big one, and I put it in my room. Wherever I could come from training, I just sit on my mattress, and my life started changing when I became a director. I could even afford to go and buy a nice tie. I could buy a nice suit, I could buy nice shoes because life was transforming. But then when I compared myself with teachers who remained teaching, there were no change. They remained the same way even after 5 years in the profession. Some fellow teachers I left in the school, they were still the same people. But for me, I had changed immediately. And then that is when I started saying, do you know, I am going now to get someone I'm going to stay with at home. And I remember in 2015, I told my leaders, my friends in business that, do you know, I have to marry, I have to propose someone, I need to get it done. And 2015, December 16th, I introduced my wife, and today we are blessed with 4 children, 3 boys, 1 girl, and everything paid dowry, um, everything, all the money came from the business. All the money came from the business. Then we started working because they told me that if you want, my upline would say, Amim, you need travel. Because I admired people who were going to London, people who went to South Africa, people who were traveling the world. Now I had the money. I had the money as a director. Now I wanted travel. I wanted travel, and I felt wherever I could see people going, the Pity Andrew, Janet, Justus, Jesse, wherever they could travel, I felt I was the one. I said, I wish I'm the one in the plane. So one day I worked, and in my team there was someone who was working hard, almost faster than me, and she became a director, and she took her step to world team member. And when I was still a director, and also became a world team member, and I was invited to go to Dubai. My first invitation as a world team member was Dubai in 2020. I went to Dubai. Let me tell you, we slept in Metropolitan Republic. I remember I ate food because for me, I love food. I love food. And I said, wherever I travel, I need to eat. I need to eat food, fruits. I could move. In the first place, I looked at food. I ate food. But as the days were almost getting over, then I started looking at food. I could reach on food, and I said, I'm already satisfied. I don't need more food, because I went with that hunger to eat food. But then time came when I could not even want food because there were excessive food. There is a lot of food when you travel. When you travel, you're gonna eat a lot of food. Me, I love eating. I can eat and go enjoy fruits and what have you. And that is what Neolife does. Then from there, we were also invited to go to Durban, South Africa. As a world team member, I went to Durban. You know, many of you who were at Zimbabwe, I was there, I saw, and wherever I travel, I get admired. I look at other world team member, the president team member, diamonds. I feel, I say, I need to be like also I want to be Ruby, I want to be Pitty. So the life that I see wherever I travel, I come when my enthusiasm, my energy shoots. And then from there, we went to Mauritius, we went to Turkey. Last year I was in Cape Town. This year, next month, I will be in my Sun City. My friend, I don't know how many teachers have traveled, those teachers on my level, how many of them get vacations. And this year, I'm telling you, I'm excited because last year when I went to Cape Town, that's when I'd got an accident. My leg could not walk properly. But right now, I am okay. I'm physically fit. I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk. I'm going to swim. I'm going to do all sorts of things. So, my dear friends, as a world team member, even the income went as a world team member. I know my income goes up to 1,500 US dollars every month, and that is good income. In Uganda here, it's good income because many teachers of my level, they can't earn that money. They can't earn that money. Besides the money, I've also got skills. I've got skills. Some skills I didn't have them, like staying with people, living with people, caring for people, working with people of different caliber. I've learned them from this opportunity. Because I used to work with young people, the students at school, but now here I'm working with people from different caliber, different religion, different background. It's what Neolife has taught me. Then besides that, you also have to learn how to dress up because sometimes as teachers we used to put on wherever we want, because you are the boss. Sometimes you say you am the boss, but here I'm telling you, you learn how to dress, sometimes how to match clothes, ties, and everything. And this we have learned from this opportunity in your life. It has also given me and friends. I'm telling you, these friends in your life, good people. I have people from Cameroon, I have people from Togo, I have people from Nigeria, South Africa. Yesterday, when I was here, I got a call from my friend Pasco and say, Amim, you'll be our guest speaker. Then I say, wow, because I didn't know Pascal, but this opportunity has connected me with people from Pretoria, South Africa, America, many of them. My friend, I have a friend in Uganda. My upline, Pete Andrew, is my best friend. And I'm telling you, mom and dad, those are my best friend. I didn't know them, but I met them in the business. So many people in business, people in Tanzania. I've also gotten to know how to deal with people. Let me tell you, dealing with people is not easy. Is not easy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that today my story inspires so many people. I'm a role model to some people. There are people who come and say, Amim, your story motivates me. Can you imagine from earning $68 to earning 1,500 US dollars? That is extremely motivating and inspiring. Today, I'm my own boss because when I joined business, they told me you can build a system and that system can pay you even when you are away. And I said, that is what I've been looking for, whereby I can build my team. And even if I travel to Sun City, then the business will continue paying me. And this regard, I plan my time. I have no boss. I leave home at whatever time I want. Even if I go for meetings outside Kampala, I can decide to sleep there because I'm not reporting to anyone. And that is what we call Neolife. I built a team of very excited young and old people in Uganda, people excited, motivated, a team of ward team members, directors, executive, all categories. And wherever I move and I see such people, I get excited. I say, oh my God, suppose I didn't sell my bed. Just making that decision, sell my bed, has really transformed so many people's lives. When I see people in my team excited, receiving commissions, taking their children to the best schools, traveling, going for vacations, I get excited. I say, wow, what kind of opportunity is that? And that's why every day I wake up to go and inspire, help as many people as possible. This New Life has also taught me about discipline. Discipline is very important. Discipline, how to work, how to plan for your time, how to be consistent, how to persist. Those skills, I don't know, but I've learned them from here. I knew them, but I didn't put them into practice. But when I came to New Life, I learned that you need to be consistent, you need to be persistent, you need to be focused, and you need to be determined. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I finish my story, I want to tell you something. If you want to be very successful in your life, one, you need to follow your dream. You need to follow your dream. What is your dream? Do you want money? Do you want travel? Do you, because I know if you come for money, and how much money do you want? Like personally, I need great income right now. I need to advance my business to about 3,000 US dollars, 2,000, 3,000 US dollars. So I have to follow my dream. I have to persist until I second. Secondly, you need to persist long enough. If you have dreams, you need to persist long enough. You need to do those daily activities. Talking to people, yeah, because there are things your upline won't do for you. They won't sponsor for you. They won't train for you. They won't sell for you. You need to get out of comfort zone. Come, learn, and then get out, share the information you are learning. Because at the end of the day, you need to sponsor people. You need to bring people in the business. You need to bring that PV. Your business has to grow from where you are to where you want to be. And then you need also to work on time. You need to add speed. If you have been in business, you need to add speed. Time is going. Yeah? We need to work so that you become one team. My upline used to ask me whenever I would miss like vacation, would ask me and him, how many more times are you going to miss travel? And then it could come in my head and I say, oh my God, because people were traveling. Then I say, this year I have to travel. But let me tell you, when I made my mind, I found myself traveling. Ever since I made my mind, you need to make your mind that you are not going to miss this vacation. If you miss Sun City, next year, don't miss. Don't miss because you are miss every time you miss out to vacations. You are growing, you are missing, and we may not go back to Sun City. You are missing. So as I finish, follow your dream, talk to people, sponsor people. That is the game. Success is a game. You need to talk to more people. If someone say no, talk to another person, talk to another person. Because there is no difference between Amim and you. If Amim can make it, you can also make it. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much, Pasco. Bye-bye.
Thank you
All
very much,
right.
Hamimu. Such a wonderful story. I just want to tell the guests who are here, I am sure all of you guests have a bed, so you have no excuse not to start the business. Hamim, thank you so much. I really appreciate your story, and it's very, very inspiring. I mean, it's even very inspiring for me, even being all these years in business. It reinforces my decision to the decision I made to start this business those many years ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you are. I don't think I can add any more to that wonderful story of Hamim. Just the simplicity, the commitment of saying, I want to do this business. If you're a guest, our business takes advantage of technology. You can order products online. You can register your team online. When you start the business, the company will give you what is called a back office. You can check and monitor your team 24/7. Training is done locally and internationally using online systems, Zoom, what is the other one? Google Meet, whatever it is. Whichever market you do business, the company has contracted courier companies to deliver products to our customers. Payment is done by online methods or mobile transfer. Bonuses and commissions are paid also by EFT and mobile money. So the company has tried to make the business as efficient as possible. One of the things the company has done is to partner with some of the best sports people on the planet. For example, the South African Springboks are using the Neolife products. Why? Because they know they are simply the best products in the marketplace. Neolife doesn't pay sports people to advertise for them. The sports people come to Neolife because they know Neolife has got the best products in the world. Conventions, if you really want to see what this business is about, make sure you attend any convention in your region. For example, in East Africa, the convention has been in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania for the last 3-4 years. In West Africa, in Nigeria, I think they've had 6 different conventions because of the size. Southern Africa, the convention is in Pretoria. This is the Pretoria, the Southern African team. So what do you need to get started? If you're a guest, get back to the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form. You need some initial capital to start your business. If you're in Botswana, you need between 750 and 1,500 pula. South Africa, 950 to 2,930, depending on the package you choose. Kenya, 9,005, 9,007, or 12,000 Kenya shillings. Nigeria, 68,000 or 100,000 naira. Tanzania, 172,000 or 226,000 Tanzania shillings. Uganda, 250,000 or 290,000 Uganda shillings. USA, $75. Togo, 47,000 or 65,000 CFA. Italy, 64 euros. Ghana, 900 or 1460 Ghanaian cedis. Cameroon, 61,000 or 76,000 CFA. Namibia, 1,010 or 2,120 Namibian dollars. And Mozambique is 6,020 or 10,500 meticas. This is what you need to get started in your business. The power of leverage. If I give you $1 million or I give you 1 cent doubled daily for 31 days, what would you choose? The average person will choose $1 million immediately. But if you double 1 cent daily for 31 days, the figure is 10.7 million. That's the power of compounding, and that's the power of leverage. Okay? What do you need to get started? If you want to succeed, the first step, of course, is you need to make a decision. You will not succeed if you don't make a decision. Hamimu made the decision. He went for the presentation, saw it, and the same evening, he made a decision to start the business. He had to let go of his comfort of sleeping on the bed because of the promise of this business. Once you made a decision, the first thing you need to have is you need to have a dream. You need to know what you want. Number 2, find out what you need to know and do. That means you need to be teachable. Number 3, hard work, discipline, guts, persistence. Is this business challenging? Yes. Is it simple? Very simple. Number 4, believe in yourself, in your sponsor, and in the company Neolife. What is next for you? The next thing is for you to get back to the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form. They'll give you where to send the money to get started in the business. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what our business is. A very simple business idea, but very, very powerful. Hamimu, I really appreciate hearing your story and to speaking to our guests, to share your story with them. I wish you the very best. If you're a guest, get back to the person who invited you. They will give you more information on how to get started, and they will hold your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, good night, and God bless.